Fox Carolina Weather. Weather Rate certified most accurate local forecast.
Chief Meteorologist Kendra here with an update on the weather moving through. Now, we don't have any severe warnings right now, but we are under a risk of severe weather today. In fact, if we can take our tower cam, I want to show you how heavily it's coming down around Greenville. I mean, just slowing things down along I-85, just a downpour. But the good news is we've not picked up on any damaging wind, not much hail within this. These have a lot more bark than bite, luckily, but you're hearing a lot of thunder associated with these storms. But please drive carefully if you have to be out and about in the next couple hours, maybe going to pick up the kids. We're going to still see some rain around. It's going to be a couple of rounds of rain before this line fully pushes through by about 6 or 7 o'clock tonight. So let's take a look at radar now. And here's a look at this initial round of heavy rain, the heaviest coming down around Spartanburg County. And then you go down toward northeast Georgia, and we've got quite a bit of heavy rain too that's actually considered severe in parts of Georgia near Atlanta. This piece, that's what could be the strongest of the entire thing that will be swinging through and moving through some of the areas that saw tornado warnings yesterday. So we'll let you know if anything like that does develop. But for now, the rain is torrential around Chesney toward Boiling Springs, just north of the city of Spartanburg. South, it's a little calmer, but boy, you're hearing that thunder in Pauline and Packlet. And then you go over toward Duncan, heavy downpours, really all along I-85. So for those traveling, again, it's really slowing things down. And we've got the heavy rain that's really covering areas from Blue Ridge toward Travelers Rest, Slater, Marietta, and then up north towards Sunset and Pickens County, north of Pickens and Easley. It's not too bad for you at the moment, but all of this is going to be swinging through. So Walhalla, get ready for another downpour. Seneca, Clemson, and luckily, again, we're not tracking any severe storms at the moment. In the mountains, we've had some flooding issues, at least minor flooding in most spots, but some more serious flooding around Cherokee and Clay counties, where we have a flash flood warning continuing, and more rain is pushing through. So again, this is just going to be another dicey situation. The good news is our tornado threat is not huge. We're not looking at as big of a threat as we had yesterday, but it's not zero either. We're going to see some gusty wind, and potentially as this part of the line moves through, we could see some brief spin up tornadoes. That's something that we'll have to watch closely. We'll break into programming if that happens. Here's a look at Futurecast, and it's doing a pretty good job, honestly, picking up on what we're seeing. So notice as the timing goes, we'll go toward 5 o'clock. I mean, we're just going to be covered in storm activity around the 85 corridor, starting to shift south at that point. So terrible timing. Just keep this in mind. If you're watching from work, you know you're going to be heading out 4 or 5. Give yourself a little extra time. Take it slow. Let your spouse know or your kids know that you may be a little bit late getting home because of all of this, because there's probably going to be some backups. Good news is it all settles down by about 7, 8 o'clock. Now we'll be left with a few showers, and we may still get some heavier rain later tonight as the full front passes through, but the severe threat should be much lower. Notice it's just going to be some garden variety rain overnight. Maybe a few rumbles of thunder, but for the most part, looking pretty good. So clearing out by tomorrow, much better weather on the way, but you know we're going to be here for you throughout the afternoon, and we want to make sure you download our Fox Carolina app for much more weather information. If there is a tornado warning, you can watch our coverage through the app, and especially if you lose power, you can take your phone with you if you have it all charged up, sit in the closet, sit in the bathroom, and watch us cover whatever storms are moving through. We'll have much more for you throughout or over the next hour, and then of course on the 4 o'clock news.